That's it, motherfuckers. Welcome back to another episode of the Lowlife motherfucking Chopper Podcast.
What's up, you tauntaun drinking, dungaree wearing, banator heads?
Some pre-episode lingo for you motherfuckers.
Yeah, our slang, yo. We were just talking about fucking weird shit people call shit. We grew up
it's
in
like grandparents
riches and
they do weird
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, throw that in the rubbish.
Yeah.
I love that shit, though. We're back, and we're better than ever. Right?
I'm hoping. Fucking sick of listening to all you motherfuckers. I'm real sick of this video podcast.
Yeah. We're fighting
Somehow,
the good fight,
by the grace of
howdy.
God, somehow by the grace of God, Rhino managed to get this thing out every fucking week. I promise you, for all you people that actually like the video, slide into Rhino's DM and just send him a big old fucking heart emoji and a thank you. Because if I was doing this show alone, this bitch would have been canceled.
Oh, yeah.
I would have thrown this fucking laptop in the trash. It would have been the end of Lowlife Chopper Podcast. You would have had to catch your episode every week live on Instagram.
Oh, shit. You ain't wrong,
You gotta
dude.
legit be an IT guy. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, I'm better at IT than the fucking customer service people too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but we're gonna try. We're gonna keep on pumping it out. I'm hoping that they just keep on getting better and better, and then eventually it's just easy. And I don't know, fingers crossed. But we have an awesome show lined up for you tonight. We are going to be talking to Skull and Spoke Co. He's going to be joining us in a little bit, but first, we thought we'd do a little light housekeeping. A little light housekeeping. Shows, sponsors, and shout outs. First, I don't know what we usually do. Shows. We got Worcester Bike Week, put on by them crazy boys down in Worcester, Mass. The Easy Co. July 13th, 11 to 6 at Ralph's Diner.
Shoo!
It is
banger of a hot dog situation.
Week. The hot dog situation is out of control.
It's always good.
You got to get there early. You want to get there. You're going to want to park at like 10:30. Line gets pretty rowdy at Ralph's. But an entire week of Bike Week truncated into 7 hours. That's how much fucking fun it is. Yes. And the cops can't see what the fuck is going on in that parking lot. It's surrounded by buildings. And it's hotter than hell. For some reason, the sun just parks itself directly above the show for the duration of the show.
It's at 11 o'clock in that parking lot. It's so hot in that parking lot.
It's like a chandelier.
Listen, here's two things you can guarantee to test when you go to Worcester Bike Week. One, how well you built your chopper. Because riding the mean streets of Worcester will put your fucking chopper to the test.
Yeah. It'll rattle your teeth out.
The second thing that you can expect to test is your fucking stamina. It is so hot in that parking lot, and you will drink way too many beers and be so dehydrated.
You might even faint into a bunch of chairs.
Always a good time,
though. Concerned onlookers.
Always a good time. That's one show that I can say that all like the solid dudes come out to. Well, everybody's there. Everybody everybody goes to that show. It's a super laid back show. It's just always a good time. Definitely come party in the alley out in Worcester with us in July. Next,
what else we got coming up?
La Espada Chopper Show. That's coming up in next weekend, son. Not this coming weekend.
Next weekend when the show's.
But next fucking weekend. You heard that right. It's time to get into grind mode, baby. It's hacking season. Get that fucking chopper done and get down to La Espada Chopper Show. It is Saturday, May 4th, 2024, 576 Primrose Street, Haverhill, Massachusetts. Custom bikes, bands, beer, food, vendors, and raffles. Indoor show and ride-in show starts at noon. Bands, raffles, and awards start at 4 p.m. If you have any questions, hit up F6T9W on Instagram, and we'll see you motherfuckers May 4th. Next.
May 4th be with you. This is nerd shit.
Oh my God, this guy completely threw me off my game with that one. Next, we got the Lowlife Lowdown. Our show. Listen, June 8th, it is going down at 232 Califf Highway, Epping, New Hampshire. We got food, trucks, beer, every beer you want. There's literally a bar set up outside underneath a fucking 30 by 40 pavilion. Okay? This is the only chopper show with a pavilion and an outdoor bar.
With ceiling.
You heard
with
that,
ceiling
right?
fans.
With ceiling fans to keep the breeze going, okay? So we got
this
food
shit is
trucks.
bougie, dude.
We got food trucks. You're getting good, high-quality fucking food on tap. We got the beer will be flowing. Mixed drinks will be flowing. Make sure you tip your fucking bartender. We got music. We have a live band. Spoke and Throttle band will be playing from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Listen, these are motorcycle guys just like us. They ride all the fucking time. They love motorcycles. They get it. They are a cover band. So they're going to be playing all your favorite fucking dad rock. They're going to be playing outlaw country shit. They're going to be playing fucking punk, pop punk. Fucking maybe we'll get them to play some emo, some Sum 41 so Dan can really fucking reminisce with his childhood. I'm just kidding. I don't know if Dan listens to Sum 41.
I bet he
doesn't. We got live music. We have raffles from some of the biggest people in the game. Let's start a couple names. Lowbrow Customs, Built Well, Custom
Maybe you heard of
Destruction.
them.
Everybody is kicking into this raffle, and you want to know why? Because all proceeds go
Why?
to Operation Purpose. The homie Perry, we did an episode not long back. Make sure you go listen to it. Perry is doing God's work for our veterans. So if you have any parts laying around you want to throw in the raffle, hit up Dan at No Love Paintworks. If you make cool little knick-knacky shit that you want to put in the raffle, hit up Dan at No Love Paintworks. If you make custom handlebars, sissy bars, foot pegs, fucking koozies, sweatshirts, whatever the fuck you make, and you want to enter into the raffle, hit up Dan and No Luck Paintworks. Also, vending. People are starting to buy those motherfucking vendor spots because they're hearing these banger-ass fucking ad reads that we're doing over here, and that we're adding shit every fucking week to make this the best show in New England. All right? So, make sure you take the time off. Go tell your boss right now, hey, you know that PTO I've been working my dick off for? I'm using it on June fucking 8th, and if you don't like it, I quit. All right? There's no fucking excuse. You have plenty of time to put in that fucking day off. Come support your fucking homies at the Lowlife Chopper Podcast. Come support Operation Purpose. Perry is riding here from the Carolinas. All right? Help us return the favor so Perry can keep doing God's fucking work. There was a motorcycle show. So motorcycle show / chopper show. Listen, even if you just have a motorcycle, you don't have to be scared to pull up. The chopper guys aren't going to fuck you up. They're not going to beat you up. They're not going to take your lunch money. All right? They'll still let you get in line at the food truck and grab a cold beer if you want. Matter of fact, we have best club style bike. You can be at a diner and win a trophy at this show, okay? But you better come correct, all right? Because whoever's picking that is on strict fucking terms, okay? So pull up, whether you're at a chopper, a diner, or fucking whatever the fuck, FXR, you FXR guys can come too if you want. Make sure you bring money though.
They got money.
We also have biker games. Biker games are confirmed and okayed by the establishment. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this show. It's going to be a fucking banger. It's kicking off Laconia Bike Week. We're in New Hampshire, some of the best fucking riding on the East Coast. And if you were coming from way out of town, you need info on hotels, camping, whatever the fuck you need, hit up myself, hit up Rhino, hit up Dan at No Luck Painwork. Set up any one of us. We'll get you set up, let you know where you can fucking crash. And we'll see you June 8th. Motherfucking Lowlife Lowdown, bitches.
Yeah, we're kicking off, right, man? We're gonna be up at Laconia too. So come and stay. Make a family vacation out of it. Convince the wife. Bring the bikes. Bring the kids. No dogs at the show, though. So leave those motherfuckers at home.
Listen, Ronald, thank you for bringing that up. I had a meeting with the venue. Was it last week or the week before? We got everything clear. We had to pull out our own insurance policy this year because you motherfuckers got too rowdy last year. Motherfuckers breaking arms on mini bikes and shit. So we had to pull a fucking insurance policy this year, okay? The one thing, hear me loud and clear. This is not me and Rhino saying this. This is straight from the venue itself. Last year, she made a couple exceptions for dogs. She said this year she has been told by the board there is no exceptions. There will be no dogs allowed on the premises. Now, I don't know what the cause is of that. I don't know if it was a dog got hurt or a dog bit somebody or whatever the hell the cause for this to happen at this place. I'm just relaying the information that we have been told. So I apologize for anybody that has a dog that doesn't have somebody to watch them. Hopefully you can fucking figure that out and still come down and support us. Have a good day. But unfortunately, there will not be any dogs allowed at the venue.
Yeah, actually, if you have like a canine fucking boarding place or whatever, hit us up if you want to fucking board some dogs for the duration of the show. Drop them off.
There's a boarding place right down the street from the venue too, so let me know.
No shit. Yeah, we should check it out. Maybe do like a partnership thing. But
yeah.
All right. So that's gonna be a banger. I'm really excited. This summer is gonna be off the chain. I mean, everybody is coming in like with some serious energy into the summer. I got a couple of sponsors. We're pulling this next week. We got one more recording week in April. Burnt up wood burning.
Shoo!
I'm pulling it up. I got it right here. This fucking masterpiece. Look at this.
That wood burning is so sick, bro.
Yeah, dude. Go listen to Matt and Austin. Father and son teamed up for this one-off, one-of-a-kind, priceless plaque. Hang your coat, your vest, your gloves. Hang a dog leash on it. Hang whatever you want on it. It's a free country, but you have to be on the Patreon. So when you're listening to this, if you're not on the Patreon, $10 a month, giveaway level support, you're not going to be able to get this priceless artifact. So go over to lowlifechopperpodcast.com, go to our Patreon link and sign up. You got 1 week, buddy. I'm pulling it next week when we record. So,
and also,
you've been warned.
I just want to put this out there for anybody that's new to the show. All this Patreon money, I don't want you guys to think me around and just getting rich here. Not the case. We're both broke bitches.
I might lose my house.
The Patreon money is literally, that's what this show, this podcast, that's how this runs. To run this podcast, well, video stuff and all that is expensive every fucking month. We literally have, Rhino has to pay bills every month for the podcast.
I have a spreadsheet.
And then on top of that, the Patreon also is how we pay to do the Low Life Lowdown. So we pay for the venue, the bands, merchandise, fucking everything that we have to pay for to get that going. We pay for that out of the Patreon. So I don't want you guys thinking we're just like pocketing all this money and fucking out here balling on a budget and all this shit. Not the case. All this money directly goes back into the show.
Most of it goes back into the show. The operating costs, other than that, goes into our show and so we can get to other shows. And that's a big thing too, is like, we'd like to, we definitely hit all the New England shows that we can, but we like to go branch out a little bit. Last year we were able to go to Indian Larry Block Party. We want to go even further. I think we might even make our way down to North Carolina this year. So every little bit helps. So we appreciate all our Patreons. You guys make this show happen. Next up, our permanent coffee collab.
Shoot.
Rodney, the trademark assassin.
Rodney
the
Nenock.
Vintage ninja. Rodney Nenock.
Nenock
His
Rodney?
Indian name. Bump Shop Diaries. Camping season is upon us, bro hams. Go to lowlifechopperpodcast.com. Go buy yourself an enamel camp mug. Maybe we'll even have some at the last spot. I'm going to see if we can get some for the table. But if you buy one of these camp mugs, I will personally type up an email with official LCP letterhead that gives you a $5 off code to go over to Bump Shop Diary for this delicious, nutritious black coffee congregation hardtail blend, whole bean or ground. Go give Bump Shop Diaries a follow, by the way. They have so much cool shit over there. That guy is actually genuinely probably one of the funniest people I've ever met.
Hilarious.
And he was at the Lowdown last year. I'm hoping.
He was.
I don't know if he's going to make the trip, but he might.
All the way from fucking Michigan.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, from the hard place to get to, too. He's in the UP, right?
Yeah, he's like almost in Canada. He's up by the lakes.
Yeah. Don't you know?
Don't you know?
All right, shout-outs. Do you have any shout-outs?
Huge shout out to motherfucking Jerry, the homie Jerry at A12 Inc. doing a raffle for a sporty. I forget what it is. I think it's 69 spots for $69 or some shit.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Go check it out.
Odds.
It's an unmolested Sportster. It's cheap to get in. It's great odds. Go help my boys sell that out. And last shout out. Hey there, brother. Last shout out. I've been seeing this dude. I've been seeing this dude on YouTube. Have you seen that guy's sketch?
No.
Oh my god, this guy is fucking dude. He's so fucking hilarious. I think he has like autism with like Tourette's and like some other shit maybe. But he plays like Madden and all this shit. And he just does like funny. He does like funny ass shit, like talk shit to people. He's like famous now, like millions of dollars. But he like talks shit while he's playing Madden to people. And his like punchline is he's like, "Hey brother, hey there, brother." It's fucking hilarious. I love that kid. But anyways, that had nothing to do with my shout out. Shout out to
Sketch.
Yeah, shout out to Sketch, baby.
He's getting tagged in this one.
Yeah. Shout out to Brandon, aka Badfish Customs. I put out a post looking for the kickstand for the show. I don't know if I shouted him out last week for this, but just in case. I put out a post looking for the kickstand, the whole kickstand assembly for the shovel head. And Brandon hit me up. He's like, "Yo, got one. Here's a picture. Psh, come get it whenever the fuck you're ready." I still have to get up there. I had food poisoning last weekend, so I didn't get to get up there. But I appreciate you, homie. I'll be up there this weekend to grab that son bitch.
Word. I got a shout out.
Oh shit. Shut me
a couple
up.
Weeks ago, we hold on, brother. A couple weeks ago, we announced that we potentially are dipping our chunky little toes into the hot dog biz. Shoot. And I had a call to action for a name and a slogan. And this one is the cream of the crop. And I'm going to shout it out because it's by far the best one I got. Yeah. Junkyard Johnson. He proposes Lowlife Hog Dogs. Put something exciting between your buns.
I really like that.
That is real. That's
I like
actually
that one.
Really good.
That's a good one.
That might be
That is a good one.
I love the hog dogs. I love the motto.
Fuck, that's so good. Yeah, I like that.
Good job, Junkyard. Yeah,
Also,
that one really made me lol.
Shout out to Dan at No Luck Paintworks. I believe it was Dan. For bringing this peach tauntaun to a garage night here like 4 months ago and left it in the fucking fridge and just cracked this bitch open today. Listen, it's literally a solid block of ice. I'm just sipping it and it's fucking. Look at that. It's summertime, baby. Tauntaun season. Thanks,
it was
Dan.
nice. It was nice as fuck today, dude. It's definitely tauntaun season.
Brother, it's 62 degrees in the shop right now. No heat. No heat needed.
I got the AC on. Yeah.
These mics are good.
I got the AC on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These mics are good. So you may hear the crickets and the little tree frogs out in the fucking background here having a conversation. So you know it's summertime, baby.
I do hear them.
Do you? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they just started. Like, they saw the sun go down. They're like, oh, all right, guys.
Time to make noise.
Jam. Yeah. I actually, today, I finally got to take the shovel out. Because I was, so as you guys all know, yeah, I just finished the paint job.
Came out dope.
Funny story. Thank you. Yeah, it didn't come out like I intended. I did it was supposed to be more black, but I got this like the fucking metal flake in a can, and it just fucking covered the whole thing. So it's like all gold. Yeah, dude, it's like all gold. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. I like the new transfer too.
I didn't wait for. Yeah, dude, that thing's sick. I'm happy with that. It's definitely incrementally better than my last paint job. I immediately fucked it up. I didn't wait for the paint to like fully cure, so I just started bolting it down, and the tabs just like the paint just peeled right up. But I don't give a fuck because it's on there and it holds gas.
Yeah.
But I got to take it out today. I was having some problems with the carburetor, so I had the CV on there and it was running fine. I put I got new bars and I put the tank on and new the fender and all that shit, and started it up like 2 days ago or whatever. Things revving like wicked high. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with this carb? So, changed out the jetting. I think I went with, there was a 50 Pilot in there. So I dropped that down to a 48. But I was like, dude, I was sitting on the bike today and I had like, I figured it out what the problem was. So it idled perfect. So I started up, kick it over, 1 to 3 kicks. And, it just sounds great. I sit on the bike, straighten it out, and I start to ride, and it just starts revving like a motherfucker. Just like, me. And then I'm like, what the fuck is that? But I fucking figured it out. It was the throttle cable. I had it in one of those,
I was gonna stuck.
Like little routing clamps. So I had it to the side. It was fine. I had enough slack. But when I went like this, it like fucking had it pulled up. Like, so even when I was just like clutch out, like just idling, it was like revving. So I was sitting there on my bike and I sat down on it. I actually took a video and I was like, why is this happen? I thought it was when I brought the bike upright, but then I figured it was, I have different handlebars on it, so I don't have as much play. But I took that out for just like right before we started recording, and fucking purring like a kitten, dude. And
nice.
Not a drop of oil, dude. Not a drop of oil from that shovel head is on the floor. Nice. In my garage. I can't even believe it. So that bitch is ready to
fuck yeah, dude.
Feeling good.
That's what's up.
It felt really good. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So let's get into that motherfucking interview. We are joined by Mike from Skull and Spoke Co. How you doing, Mike?
Doing pretty good, bro. I'm doing good.
Yeah. So you're out in the Midwest. We seem to be getting a lot of love from the Chicago area. Where you hail from?
Just outside of Chicago. I'm in Elgin. It's about 40 miles west.
40 miles west of Chicago. Did you grow up around that area?
Yeah, I've been here my whole life. So I've moved around like town to town, and but pretty much been out in this area forever.
No shit. Okay. So I'm just trying to think because I'm so bad with geography. So 40 miles west, like, what kind of terrain is out there? Like, is it fucking plains? Okay, it's just flat.
It's
Okay.
fucking nothing, man. I mean, it's pretty much like I'm kind of on the edge of the suburbs for Chicago. So like everything east of me is all like suburbs straight to the city to the lake. And then like 10 minutes west of me is all the sticks and basically in the country. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I'm right on the cusp so I can go either way of wherever I want to go.
How is Chicago these days? How's Chicago doing?
I don't
I only hear bad things. I mean, it used to be
the city, bro. I go there for concerts and I get in and I get the fuck out. And that's about it. So
no shit.
There's some shows and stuff in the city too, like bike shows and stuff. But it's changed too. I'll say that it's kind of a shit show out there. So
yeah, Chicago. I haven't really spent a lot of time in Chicago, but I did have a cool experience in the airport out there once. O'Hare, is it?
Yeah,
that's the big one. I was at the time I was a very heavy smoker and I was traveling for work and shit. And I was at like a restaurant and I had like, it was like a connecting flight that I missed. I was like there forever, dude. I hadn't had a cigarette in like fucking 7 hours or some shit. I had like a long way to go. And, I was drinking at this bar, just like killing time till my next flight. And I was like they got rid of all the smoking lounges and all the airports. And I was just like, I saw this the bartender, you know, like I saw her personal items. She had like pack of Newports and shit like that. And I was like, hey, where do you go for a smoke break? Like, help a brother out. You know what I mean? Dude, she led me to, hopefully I don't get her fired. This is a long time ago. She probably doesn't work there anymore. But she actually led me through like the restaurant and there was like a little side door for like employee access or whatever to the outside. And I was just like, best butt I've ever had, dude. I sucked it down in like one
like
long drag.
Like by the planes and shit?
Yeah, it was like, because I was at a terminal. So like I went outside and there was like metal steps going down and it was just like, yeah, dude, it was wild.
Sick.
I was just like, that was so fucking cool. Yeah, I love it when you meet someone cool that like, breaks the law.
Yeah, like,
helps you out.
I got you. It's been the rule a little bit.
There's not enough people that'll break the law for you, like a complete stranger, you know. But she knew what I was going through.
Hell yeah!
But that was fucking awesome. I was like, only in Chicago too. She was grimy as fuck, dude. I was like, she had the Newport longs, dude.
Nice.
20-minute cigarettes.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, that's growing up, like all the parents, all the aunts and uncles and shit, they'd get the long ones because they thought it was like more bang for the buck.
Yeah, you get
like why
more
wouldn't
bang
you
for
get
the
100?
See, it always blows my mind.
Really, it's just a longer filter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It always blows my mind out here because in the wintertime, I'm like, man, you're out there freezing your ass off smoking for 20 minutes. I'm like, fuck that shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird to see people smoking nowadays. Like when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, fuck, dude, everybody smoked. Every single person in my life smoked. It's kind of like that still, like when you go abroad, like in fucking, you know, Europe or even like Montreal or something, you know, like people are puffing tough still. I guess they didn't get the fucking memo. But then you look at the cigarette packs and there's just like dead babies and like black lungs and gross shit.
The most
but they're just like, I don't give a fuck.
Metal packs of cigarettes ever.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you're smoking. There's like a dead fetus on the fucking pack of cigarettes, like gnarly shit.
Yeah,
and they're just like, je ne sais quoi.
Right.
But yeah, I wish them shits weren't bad for you. So, Skull and Spoke. What is Skull and Spoke? How long you been around? Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I've been around for a little over a year right now. It kind of started out, and it kind of still is an apparel company. I do like sell parts and stuff on the side too, like swap meet shit, just buying and flipping parts, you know, stuff like that. So that's kind of really what it is. I want to branch out and get in a little bit more into like the wrenching kind of side, and I'd like to build bikes for people or like, you know, maintenance, you know, the oil change and shit that, you know, pays the bills kind of thing. So I'm in the process of moving right now, so that's kind of on hold for right now till we get all of our shit settled. But yeah, right now we're doing apparel, like just different stuff like that, shirts, hats, and then I just been selling parts and stuff it's not really through the website, and more just kind of do it, at the swap meet and marketplace, and Chopper Swapper and shit like that. So
No shit. So, what kind of scene you guys got out there in Elgin for like swaps and shit? Like, is it pretty tight?
It's not bad. I mean, it's the closest swap meet, which was just past Sunday. It's out in Woodstock, which was like probably like a half an hour drive out west. So there's a couple out here. They're kind of they're hit or miss. I mean, a lot of them are a lot of late model, like twin cam takeoff shit. Once in a while you get lucky with some cool stuff, but it's kind of few and far between. So, but yeah, it's not bad. I mean, kind of get what you get. I know a lot of like East Coast and West Coast have way better swap meets from the videos and stuff I've seen online, but we're doing what we could do out here. So
yeah, we actually. What is it? The big one out here is the Keene swap meet, and that's a ton of takeoff parts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably like 80% takeoff parts from like shit, the gayest shit that you don't want on your bike, but
garbage shit. Yeah.
But that's the fun of the swap meet. You got to find the diamond in the rough. You get a good fucking cool oil tank or a cool fucking.
I've gotten lucky at the Woodstock swap. I think it was 2 years ago. I scored a bicentennial super glide tank, like with all the decals and everything on it, for fucking $70. I was like, I'll take it, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, I ain't gonna run it. Go sit in the house and stare at it, and worth every penny. So I mean, like every swap, it's a dice roll every time you go. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. Sometimes you go and it's like you score big. The last swap I went to, I didn't buy anything. That was the one we went to in Concord, but the one before that was sick. But yeah, we forgot to do a shout out in the first part of this episode. Keene Swap Meet is May 5th. So the day after we all see each other at the La Spada show, we're all going to see each other up in Keene, which I love because it's actually out by my neck of the woods.
Nice.
Make people fucking drive out here for a change.
That's what I like about that. All the city guys come out this way. Be like, finally, you guys get the fuck out of Chicago.
Yeah, come to me.
Yeah.
Come to me, motherfucker. So yeah, I was looking at your shirts and shit. You do that stuff all in house?
So I work with a screen printer. So I kind of just am like the Rick Rubin. I just kind of like get the ideas, and I work with different artists and stuff depending on what my kind of idea is for the design. I've looked into screen printing equipment. It's pricey. It fucking takes up a bunch of room, and
been there.
Yeah, exactly. So I work with a local screen printer, and I kind of dig that. So like he can eat, I can eat. I like kind of keeping it, small and stuff like that, and letting everyone get a piece of the pie.
Yeah. So you come up with the designs. What kind of artists are you working with? Like local dudes that guys like over the internet,
with a couple
friends?
Local guys. Obviously Instagram is just a big thing.
Oh yeah.
I got like the Shovelhead Sabbath shirt we did with the goat holding the shovel head was an artist, and he's gonna kill me because I can't remember his name right now because it's been forever. But he does a lot of like doom metal band like album covers and art and stuff like that. So I seen his work and I was like, dude, your shit's dope. Like, here's my idea. Threw him some reference photos and came up with that, and he killed it. So, and I've worked with some other people. One guy I completely found by random. I hit him up on Facebook Marketplace to buy a tank from him and started chit-chatting, talking choppers. And I was like, yeah, check out my stuff, blah, blah, blah. Sent him the link to the website. He's like, oh, if you ever need graphic art, man, let me know. And I'm like, always do. I'm like, send me your shit. And he ended up doing the Long 8 Wrong shirt that we did, which is pretty cool. So,
fuck yeah.
No shit.
That's awesome. Yeah, we went down that rabbit hole trying to get like some screen printing stuff up. It's a lot of work, number one.
Yeah.
And the equipment, if you want to get good equipment, it is very expensive.
Yeah.
Because just like, especially if you're doing like multiple colors and fucking that shit, like it's best to just leave that to the professionals. And those screen printing guys, they're not that expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're reasonably priced, and they, you still have, some meat left on the bone after you pay them and everything. So it's decent. And just for the pure sake of space, and time and everything, it's worth it. So
yeah. I was surprised how cheap your shirts are. Like you have $15 shirts, dude.
Yeah, I got everything. I mean, right now I got a bunch of shit on markdown, like to get it out. I'm getting ready for some new designs. Like I said, I'm moving right now, so life is kind of fucking crazy to do that right now. But once I get settled, probably in a month or so, I'll pump out a couple more designs. They're gonna come, and yeah, so be working on that.
Wait, are you moving out of the city or just or out of the
I'm
town or
actually
whatever?
moving closer to Chicago. I'm moving to this city called Schaumburg, which is probably another like 20 minutes east. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. No shit. So right now you got like you said you started about a year ago. You got some clothing. You're doing some parts. When you get set up in your new place, does it have space for a garage? You say you want to get into like doing some builds, doing some parts, doing some service.
I have a little bit of space. It's a shared garage space, so it's gonna be a little tight. But I'll definitely be able to make it work. So it'll get creative. I mean, I have my bike there, which is the bike I just finished building, and so like in the wintertime, I'll go put that in the storage because we're not gonna be riding and shit. So then I'll have a little more space to do stuff during the winter for like customers and stuff like that. So just kind of working into it right now and trying to feel it out and see how it works. So yeah.
Okay. No shit. What about you get for the beanies and stuff, you have local embroiderers and shit like that too?
All my stuff is all done at one spot. So
they do all of it.
He does everything. Yeah, it's super dope. The only thing that he doesn't do is like some of the keychains I've had, and I've got those just like on some online printers that just get them for a decent price. So yeah, but he does embroidery, he does screen printing. Yeah, he's done all the stuff for me. So he does, and I just tell him what I want. Hey, I want a black pocket T-shirt. This size is, here's what I want. This cool, and then it's easy. So yeah, some hats, like I had a couple of those like captain hats. We just sold out of those. Actually, we're gonna do a different design coming up, but like those, I just order the hats directly online from like a wholesale thing, and then I just drop them off to him. So he's like, you're better off doing that because if I buy them, then there's a markup and everything. I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine, whatever. So
I was gonna ask, like, so when you have a stock of shirts, I don't know how people out in the Midwest are built, but I made the mistake of buying a bunch of mediums, and it turns out chopper guys, the mediums are few and far between.
You know what's wild is, so like my first run was like I think I had like 1 or 2 mediums, and then like a bunch like large XL, 2X, and 3X stuff. I had a bunch of people hollering at me for mediums and smalls, which is
how it always goes. That's how it always goes.
And I'd order like
I can't tell you how many times. I can't tell you how many times we've made merch for this show, and we'll order a bunch of mediums, a bunch of large, etc. Nobody buy mediums. The next one we'll do all larges, extra large, 2XLs. Everybody wants a fucking medium. It's just how it goes. You'll never get it right, ever.
Yeah, it's goofy too. So especially like, I mean, I keep everything like in stock. I don't do any drop shipping or anything like that, just because I've ordered like drop ship shirts before, and they just are like, they're shit. I mean, it sucks. Like, I get it. The price is nice because you can get them way cheaper, and you're pumping them out with no inventory. But I rather like put my hands on it and see what I actually am getting ahead before I give it to sell it to somebody. So
yeah, we do drop shipping. They do pretty good quality, but it just, if that's what I did, like if we were like a lifestyle brand and all we did was like t-shirt and merch and shit, I just I couldn't keep up with the demand. Like we tried to dip our toes into the screen printing stuff, and it's just like, it's tough. And we're sitting on a lot of merchandise that we paid for that nobody bought, like all those medium tees, you know what I mean? And that kind of sucks too. With the drop shipping, you don't make as much money for sure. The quality isn't going to be as good as like a local cat that you can go over and fucking darken his doorway if he fucks up.
Yeah, exactly.
But the convenience of it is a big draw. But what's your background in motorcycles? How'd you get into bikes?
So I mean, my grandpa is the one that got me really into it as a kid. He he used to be, back in the day, I'm talking, I don't even know the years, probably like early 60s, was president of the Outlaws in Chicago. And growing up, he always had bikes, had baggers and stuff like that, and always would take me for rides and shit. And I always begged my parents growing up for a dirt bike or something like that, and never got one. And then finally got adult money and said, "Fuck it, I'm getting my own shit." So I've been was about like 20 when I was 25, 26 is when I got my first bike. Got a '09 Sportster 1200 first bike. So, and yeah, that was kind of my thing. Started, becoming a bobber boy. Like I feel like a lot of people do when they get their first bike and start, doing a bunch of bolt-on parts and stuff like that. It just kind of evolved from there. I had the Sportster for probably about 5 years or so, and then I kind of like switched everything up. I went to like sport bikes for a minute for about like 2-3 years, and I got a Ninja. I got into stunt riding. I had a dirt bike at the time too. It was a lot of fun. It's I always tell everyone it's real outlaw shit when you're running from the cops and shit all the time. It's a good time, but it's scary too. I mean, you have that moment of realization you're not in a fucking video game, and yeah. And then I ended up getting into I got into a bad accident about almost 3 years ago in July, and that's what kind of made me come back into choppers and kind of settle myself there. So it was a fun little like 2-3 year stint with it. But
wait, did you were stunting on the sport bikes?
Yeah, well, I had like a dirt bike that I'd use like for stunt riding. And then I had like a full blown full size Ninja 600 stunt bike. Briefly, I like rode it a couple times. I didn't like how it felt. It just was a little goofy to me, especially coming from the dirt bike. And then I got one of those Honda Groms and started doing it on that for a little bit, which was pretty fun because they're just like little throw around fucking toys. So, and then then I got hit and I was like, no more. I'm done with that. So.
Oh, were you in the middle of doing a cool trick when you got hit, or was it just like some fucking idiot hit you?
Some fucking idiot. I wish I was riding all night long, just being a hooligan, fucking wheeling and shit. Like, and then we were riding back to our the meetup spot where all of our trucks and shit were, because we like truck them into the city. And I switched lanes on the highway, and this lady hit me from behind. I was doing 60, and she smacked me like I wasn't even there. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. My helmet.
So you got rear-ended going 60.
I was doing 60, and she smoked me. She had been doing at least 80. My helmet came off. I broke or fractured 2 lower vertebrae, broke 3 ribs, broke my leg. They had to do reconstructive surgery on my face because my helmet flew off. Yeah. It was real.
What the fuck, dude? How long ago was that?
July will be 3 years. Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
Dude, how did your helmet pop off? What kind of helmet was it?
So I had a full face, they call them like adventure helmets. They look like dirt bike helmets, but they have visors on them. So I had that on. The problem is we were leaving a gas station. We kind of got shushed out of there from the cops. So we all just jumped on our shit and left. And I just threw my helmet on and didn't strap it. And that's what happened. And then, never again. Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking gnarly. So you get hit from behind going 80. Was she drunk or just not paying attention?
Just not paying attention. She was on her phone. She tried to run. My friends pulled her over, and
she fucking tried to dip.
Oh yeah, she tried to dip, and they people I was riding with pulled her over, and my one homie's got a video, and I still have it saved of him walking around the car. My grom was on fire in her front grill. It caught fire somehow. Yeah, it was a shit show.
So she drove off. Your helmet pops off. You're fucking
on the side of the highway.
Roadkill on the side of the highway. She still has your grom stuck in her grill on fire, and she's going out. What? And she wasn't even drunk.
I mean, I don't even know. She might have.
That's fucked.
And
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't. Was there any charges or anything brought up against her or anything? Did you ever follow up?
Tried to charge her and shit. I mean, I didn't go to court or anything with it. I ended up we have this company out here called Log Tigers. They are like a motorcycle lawyer. So I called them and they kind of handled everything, and I never even have to go to court and everything. But apparently she had like this bunk ass insurance and like her address and her license. She like lived in a hotel. So it's just like, it was kind of a nightmare. I don't know if she got charged or anything with it, but yeah.
She was on something.
Oh,
if you live in a hotel, you're on something.
Oh, absolutely.
At all times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meth.
Yeah. Just whatever will, remove you from the reality that you live in a hotel.
Just that meth and free breakfast.
Jesus Christ, dude. Oh yeah, they don't even take advantage of the continental breakfast.
No, they're sleeping through that shit. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that was that. And then I was in the hospital looking for a new bike, and that's what made me. I was like, I'm going back to like Harleys. So because my first bike I like chopped up and like basically built like a little like skinny like city jammer kind of bike, and and then I was like, I want to go back to it. So
what kind of sporty was it? You said a 2009 sporty.
Yeah, it was an 09 Sportster Custom. I did
the custom. Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like it wasn't anything crazy. Like I chopped the frame down to do like kind of the Japanese Brad style fender where they take the ducktail fender and they tilt it up real tall, like real short. So I did that, like chopped the frame, put rigid struts on it, had a spring seat, like tight little like T-bars, and it wasn't anything crazy. It was just like, it was for my first bike. It was cool, like a bunch of bolt-on shit. And so.
Yeah, I had an 09 sporty. I had the Nightster.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, there wasn't a lot I could do to customize. I remember, I think that was the one, like you couldn't put like risers and different bars on it. Like it was the top tree was integrated with the riser. So I was like,
you'd have to get a whole new top tree for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was goofy because I had the riser that had the Speedo in the riser. So like I had to do relocate it and run different risers and
Yeah, I didn't run that one for very long. The Nightster. I didn't like the fucking. Yeah, I guess it was kind of their rendition of the bobber, right? It had like the big fat front and rear tires. It looked kind of cool and it was like really low, but those big fat tires don't handle for shit.
No, they're terrible. I hate them.
Yeah. I remember getting like when I got like an actual like bike and I had like a 21 like nice thin wheel and I was cornering and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like this is awesome. Dude,
fuck.
front tire. I mean, dude, the front tire was like this is like on the Nicer or whatever. It's the same size as the rear tire.
Yeah, it's like 16 front back. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, they sucked at cornering. Yeah. But dude, that's cool. It's unusual too because most of the time people will get into like a sport bike thing first and then they move on to the Harleys.
I did everything.
Like, I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I did everything backwards. I started on a Harley, then went to a sport bike, then went to a dirt bike, and then back to a Harley. Yeah, it's kind of goofy, but
yeah. And what the fuck is a grom? Like, what category is that in?
So I guess you consider it. They call it like a mini moto. It's like just a tiny. It's a little 125cc, like basically like
sick.
Street legal mini bike. They're like
they're dope.
Yeah, they're fun. I mean, they're slow as fuck, but it's like it's not about the speed. Like you can just hop them off curbs and jump them. And I've seen guys put dirt tires on them and just mob them in the dirt, and they're cool. I mean, the one I got was like hot rod. It had like a cam and some shit done to it when I bought it, so it was fun.
So you went back. What was the bike that you went back to after your accident? Was the first like?
So I got I ended up raffling off my Ninja because I got hit on the grom, and then I had a 13 Ninja 636, so I raffled that off on Facebook, and took some of the money I made on it, and I bought a 98 Sportster that was already like had all the cool guy shit on it, had like an AMF style tank, that rabbit ear 6-over tubes on it, and then just kind of started going from that. Built that up, and I kept it a swing arm because I didn't feel like chopping it, and I was like, I'd ride with my wife on it, and like it's kind of my daily everyday riding bike, and yeah, so I had that for a while, and then I ended up making the trade of a lifetime for it. I I drove, this happened about probably 5 months ago. I drove 8 hours into Missouri and I traded a guy for it was a 75 shovel head, but it had the STD pan heads on it. And it was like, and I traded it for a swing arm Evo Sportster with a bunch of bolt on parts. So, I couldn't say no. I know. I messaged the guy and I was like, hey man, are you looking for a trade? Sent him photos. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, what's your address? I'll fucking show up this weekend. And ended up driving down there. So, and then, that was short lived. I rode that bike twice and then the oil pump took a shit. So, it ended up shearing the key on the drive gear for off the pinion shaft. So,
fuck.
Dude, he must have known that.
I wish. I mean, dude, I rode it around my block. I rode it to work. It was cool. I left work. I got like 5 minutes from work, and the oil light came on. It still had the factory tanks and shit, or the factory style tanks and dash and everything. And then pulled over, fucking pulled the seat, checked pulled the oil line or whatever to see if it's returning, and it was nothing. It had to get picked up, and ended up selling it because I decided, I was like, man, because I was still building my shovel at the time. My rigid frame one. I was like, man, if I have 2 fucking projects, I'm like, nothing is gonna get finished. So I had to make an executive decision and be an adult for once. so
Yeah, dude, that's a big come up, and then that's a big downfall too.
It's a fucking roller coaster, dude.
Dude, I'd be so pissed. But you sold it, and then you could finance the shovel build. Is that the one that you currently just finished up? You just wrapped that one up, right?
Yeah, I just wrapped it up like less than a week ago. So there was a couple little things I had to do. I went to go ride it, and the clutch basket was walking, so I bought like the big fix and like the retaining clip shit, and then I gotta go through like the carb. The carb needs to be like tuned and shit, but that's little shit. So everything else all the big shit's done on it. So.
Nice. You got the retaining clip for the clutch. You said, is that the ramjet thing?
Yeah, that's the ramjet one. So, which I will tell anyone that's listening, before you put the fucking clips on, make sure you have the right depths on there. Because I put it in like the first one, and I was like, cool, this will fit great. Put all the clips in, and then went to pull like it all at once, and the fucking hub was like moving on the basket, and I'm like, fuck, it's the wrong depth. And then fucking those little clips were a motherfucker to get out.
I did the same exact thing.
Dude, it fucking sucked.
Yeah. So those ramjets basically, it's I guess it's a plastic disc, and it has like ABC that you line up, on your clutch hub, and I didn't even realize there were different depths. I was just like, oh, maybe it's like different orientation for different like fingers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I just threw it in, put those little C-clips on, and dude, those things C-clips are a bastard. Like, I've never gotten a C-clip out really easily or even put it in. And the other thing is, they fucking fly, dude. So and they're like black. So like you're in your garage, you got that thing under tension, and it's just like, if you don't get it on, it's like ping. And it's just like disappeared into the fucking ether. And then you're just on your hands and knees in your garage trying to find the fucking thing. But those ramjets are awesome. Yeah. And they're super short money, dude. They're really cheap.
It was like that, and the big fix was like $50, and I was like, say less.
Yeah. So definitely, like, if you're going to be building a clutch, like if you're going to be taking it apart to put in new discs and everything, get the ramjet and the roller bearings, the complete roller bearing set. So rip off that fucking cage that has like 12 roller bearings on it.
Yeah.
And that's also really cheap money. And I haven't had any fucking problems with the clutch on that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, my clutch felt great. It's just my fucking carb is popping and coughing, so it made it a little goofy, but the engagement was great. So other thing I did too, because my it's still the original clutch hub, and the grooves weren't bad, but they were definitely there. Is I took all the clutch holes like in the first friction disc all up a size in a drill press and just drilled them out up a size, and dude, it's fucking buttery.
Oh yeah, because the little grooves or whatever, it'll get caught in if it's like on the actual fingers. Yeah. What I'm gonna guess you have a Super E on it.
Yeah.
That's why you're having problems. You gotta get rid of that. Put a CV on it.
Yeah.
I've thought about it. The thing that kills me is, man, I got this sick fucking air cleaner that I'm just like, I don't want to re-drill and re-deal with it. I'm like, I know. Everyone tells me go CV, then you don't have to do shit to it. So I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. Well, some people have luck with them. Maybe I'm retarded or something, but for me, the CV after it was just like night and day, especially on the shovel head, because I fought with that at the Super E forever, and then the CV just seems to work. Like even today, I was changing out jets in it and stuff, and the changes I made actually worked. Like with the Super E, I'd go up a jet here and fucking do that, and then nothing worked. Like no combination of anything I ever did ever worked or made a difference. It all just sucked. So with the CV, I'm squarely in the CV camp now. Like I changed the jet, I was like, oh, I'm gonna drop this from a 50 to a 48, and then it idled better. It fucking worked. I was like, yeah, tune in a car, bro.
Yeah,
tune in a car, brother. But
sure. Maybe one day.
What kind of I guess tell us more about the bike. How'd you come up on this thing? What year is it? What kind of tell us the story.
It's kind of a wild story with this bike because it should have been done fucking a year and a half ago. But it's a 78 FLH. It's an early 78, so it's still a 74-inch with a ratchet top. I was in the market 3 years ago for a shovel, and I had one lined up on Facebook. Sent this lady a deposit. Was going to drive out to Iowa on my day off to go pick it up, and then it was I was like, I could be out there Sunday. It's my only day, and then Saturday at work, all of a sudden I get a notification on my phone. I got my deposit sent back to me, and she's like, hey, we're selling it to somebody local. They offer us more money. And I was like, oh, fuck, man. And it was a 76, which is, the year didn't matter to me at the time. I just wanted a shovel. And
wait, hold on. Yeah, hold the phone, Mabel.
Yeah.
You gave her a deposit.
Yeah.
Then she holds it for you until you give her the rest of the money. You don't get to make other deals on the side.
No. Yeah, I was pissed.
I fucking hate when people do that shit.
At least, I'll say this, at least she sent me the fucking deposit back and didn't just fucking ghost my ass, because I'd have been real pissed about that. So yeah, I get the deposit back. I was talking to my coworker at work, our photographer for our dealership, and he's like, my buddy's got a 78 shovel for sale right now. And I'm like, perfect. So gave me his number, went and checked it out, ended up buying it. I rode it home. And I originally was going to kind of build it into what I always call an 80s tough guy, Hell's Angels bike. Put 16-inch apes on it. I was going to buy every fucking piece of fringe for the bike I could possibly find. I had a set of big Bertha bags with all the 12-inch fringe on it. I was just going to do it up. And then I ended up riding it to work and rode it home, and the carb got clogged. I had not one fucking tool on me because that's such a boner to ride a shovel head that I didn't think about actually what you need to ride a shovel head. And then it kind of sat, and then I decided at one point to build it into a swing arm chopper. I came up on a huge trade with this guy, traded a bunch of the takeoff parts and stuff, because it was fairly stock. It wasn't stock where I felt bad tearing into it, but it didn't have the stock bags, it didn't have the buddy seat or the fairing, but still stock tins and shit. And end up making a trade with this dude out in Iowa for a shitload of chopper stuff, for all the stock stuff. I came home with 4 different springers, a bunch of tanks, this crazy Frank fender, just a bunch of shit that I was like, even if I don't use it, I could sell it, keep it, whatever. Yeah. So was about 80% done with the bike. Basically had to just wire it and plumb it, and that was pretty much it. There wasn't a whole lot left. And then the frame and front end that I ended up coming up on it for a really good deal. Got it home, started staring at it in the garage all high, and realized, I was like, if I don't build this, I know what's going to happen. It's going to be winter time. It'll be slow at work, and I'm going to sell it. So I'm going to fucking build this thing, and started from scratch. So it's been about a year and a half, 2 years in its current form, of building. So should have been done a long time ago. But
so did you say you picked up you got that frame? What frame is it? Was it a Paco frame, or was it a hardtail?
It's an AWE frame.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's an AE frame. The guy I bought it from, so he had the frame and springer as a he had a full bike. He had a generator shovel in it, and it was like he was basically taking the powertrain out. I think he's building like a 60 style like short shop. It was like selling off all the other shit. So, yeah, he said it was a jammer frame, and then I started doing research, and I got stacks of fucking magazines, and just doing searching online, and because the frame has got a weird angle, like the backbone usually just comes straight back down to the axle plates. Well, this one, it comes down and then it kinks and then goes to the axle plate. And AEE is the only company that ever made a frame like that, from what I found. So I think
I see that it like comes down and then right there it, like drops down.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I end up having, it's kind of wild because I had a matching iron head frame for it too that I saved from a scrapper in Elgin. This guy was throwing it away, and I ended up selling it. Dude, I don't know how I got lucky on that one. My buddy tagged me in like a post on Facebook. This guy's like, does anybody know anything about motorcycle frames? I seen a rigid frame for an iron head with it was a roller, like front wheel. It had the stock like 33 millimeter front end, or 33.4 or whatever the hell they call them. And I scored it for like $120 for the whole roller.
Dude, I bet that you picked it up at the hotel that that guy was living in, right?
I wish I would have been as mad.
His old lady steps out like it's the girl that hit you.
Oh God!
They all live,
just on the
they
floor,
all live at that hotel,
having PTSD flashbacks and shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so then I ended up putting it all together. I've had the tank before, like I had the rigid frame. My wife actually surprised me as a wedding gift, and I had this old tank in the garage, and she sent it out to Kill Scum Speed Cult out in California, and surprised me with a paint job on it. And it's fucking awesome. It trips me out every time I look at it. So,
oh no shit, dude, it's fucking nice. And we gotta talk to that dude, Kill Scum Speed Cult, because this is the second time I've heard that name in a couple of weeks.
It's
Time Bomb brought him up.
So he's been doing because he sells merch and like parts too, and he's been doing it forever. Like when I got my first Sportster, like he was selling merch, and I was buying shirts and hoodies and shit when I first got into Harleys. So he's been around for a fucking minute, which is pretty rad, and he's a cool dude and does fucking killer work.
Well, shit. Yeah, dude, that frame is fucking gnarly. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that fucking Springer is insane. What is that, 20 over?
It's a 20 over mixed chop shop Springer.
That fucking thing is long, boy.
It's a long bitch. It's, I had to measure it when my buddy Jake, he did the fab for me. He's a fucking bomb welder and fabricator. He's killer. And when he picked it up to do the sissy bar, he's like, "Hey, can you measure it? I don't know if it's gonna fit in the truck." And I just took the fucking tape measure and it was on the lift, so I just kind of wanged it over, and it's right around like 8 feet tip to tip.
Dude, the tape measure ran out of fucking slack. It just stopped shit.
Yeah, it just started
wild.
It's fucking long.
Yeah, it sits real nice too. So what's the rake on that?
I have no clue. I'd have to look up what
gotta be something
perfect.
Yeah, it's almost got a little flat, lift, which I like. Yeah, I like I don't like them to sit super low. I like a little ground clearance for hopping curbs and getting weird and shit. So I don't know. I think it is, don't quote me on this, but when I was researching the frame, I think it's 10 degrees over stock rake, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. I'd have to relook it up, but I know it was pretty cool. I mean, the frame's set up to basically bolt all your stock shit to it. That's how they made them. So I could run the stock oil tank and battery box and everything. It's all got the holes for everything in there. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's fucking rad.
Yeah, it was cool how they did it back then. So
yeah, and if 20 over wasn't enough, you got 8-inch risers on that.
Yeah,
and then your fucking handlebars are another fucking 1.5 feet.
Yeah, 8-inch risers with the double Z bars on it, and it's pretty cool, man. I've putzed it around the block. Like I said, the carb's being goofy, so it's kind of a bitch to ride, but it feels pretty good, man. It's not too terrible to fucking turn. I mean, I've turned it around like making a U-turn's a motherfucker too, but it's not bad, surprisingly. So
How tall are you?
me, I'm I'm under 6 foot. I'm like 5'11" and 3/4, I guess I'll say.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because you look really tall in the video right now. Maybe it's because you're sitting closer to the camera.
Yeah,
but I was
close to the
I bet this
camera,
guy's gonna come out and be like, "Yeah, I'm like 6'8".
Be like 4'11", motherfucker. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but that's the way that it sits. It's amazing how just the geometry, like it has to. I'm wondering about that, right? Because it just for a 20 over with those bars and everything, it doesn't look unmanageable. You know what I mean? It looks like
it really isn't. And I have like photos of, and I used a lot of reference photos from the guy who had it before me because he had it as a full build with a Jenny shovel in it. And they had the same, I bought the frame and the front end from the same guy. So it was like kind of, I wouldn't say redoing his bike, but I already knew how it was going to look. But he was running a 21 and I wanted to go a little bit lower because it sat a little high. So I put a 19 on the front.
oh, that's a 19 there.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
19.
that looks fucking good.
Thank you.
I like that exhaust. Where'd you get that?
Yeah, when I bought the frame, I got these super wicked upswept fishtails that were like cut out so they look like the snake head or whatever. And I bolted them up like just to kind of mock them up when I got it. And the way the top pipe or the rear cylinder pipe came up, I was like, dude, I would never be able to put my wife on the back, like even ever. So I decided to do that upswept 2-in-1. I really like Dick Allen style shit. So, and trying to find a Dick Allen pipe is fucking impossible. So I seen they came out with that, and I fell in love with it and snagged it up.
I got the same one with the squish pipe and all that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, the dirty biker, right?
Yeah,
Paco.
yeah.
Dude, the fucking thing is mean, and I like that. I mean, that's like the toughest exhaust in my opinion. Like I was about to make my own like stainless steel ones,
Mhm.
and I was like, I'll spend the next fucking 3 months building these stainless steel fucking pie cut fucking, because I wanted like the big long fucking. But then I saw these, and I was just like, dude, that's about as tough as it gets.
I love it because it's like
Yeah.
the bike is so like long and like dramatic, like big. So I wanted to kind of like keep the focus on the bike and not like the pipes and have them just like coming out. Because like my Sportster, I had upswept fishtails on it. And they were cool, but like I wanted to do before I sold it. Like I didn't want to have two bikes with the same exhaust. I kind of want to have some different kind of vibe on it. So
Yeah.
and it sounds fucking bitching too. I love that pipe.
Yeah. My only criticism is if you've been running your bike, I guess I had this issue last year when I was leaking a lot of oil out of the transmission because my stud was stripped. But where that pipe comes, it comes in very close proximity to the fucking transmission oil cap. And there's a really funny video of me trying to put that on while the bike's running because it took me like 50 kicks to get it started and then just burning my fingers while I try to thread that fucking little cap on. But the rest of the pipe, I mean, with the squish pipe, it's tucked in real close, so you don't have any fucking clearance issues with any of the other shit that you have hanging off the side. But
yeah, my only clearance on it is like the rear mount because I run a like a early soft tail or early like twin cam soft tail rear brake, like disc brake on it. So I have like that.
Oh, it's tucked in between.
Yeah, it's tucked in between. So like it's in there tight. So it's a little snug in there, but it's been fine so far. We'll see when it breaks. We'll fix it then. So
yeah. No shit. So did you have to do anything to the engine or the ratchet top? Or like did you have to rebuild it or those things were good to go?
Everything was good to go because when I had the bike, like I rode it and like the only issue I had is like the carb got clogged before I really parked it. And everything was fine. Like after I wired it up, like 6 kicks, it started right up. So everything's good. I've never even touched the points or push rods or nothing. Everything sounds fucking money on it.
Running points. I was just gonna ask.
Yeah,
you got points.
Oh yeah, man. I'm like, it's just easier, and you fucking if it shits out, you change it off on the side of the road. It's easy. Like I've heard too many horror stories, especially with like kick only bikes with electronic ignition. I know you can like get them programmed, but I've heard guys like buying them secondhand and they're not programmed to fucking kickstart, and you're fucked. You can't start the bike basically. So
yeah, I got I got the electronic one. I couldn't deal with the points.
Yeah.
And I got the electronic ignition, the 2KI.
Okay.
And it's been working so far, but I've only taken it out for about 10 minutes this year. So we'll see how she holds up.
Yeah.
But the thing about the electronic ignition is, well, with the 2KI, you have to get it programmed for 0 dead revs.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if that is even a thing anymore, because like today, I didn't kick it. I kicked it over 1 kick today.
No shit.
With primer kicks
So
though?
they say, yeah, but the key's off, so the
yeah.
ignition module's
Yeah,
not
not
registering
doing
it,
it.
right?
Yeah, no.
So I did like 2 primer kicks, and then I did a kick and fucking started up. So I don't know if that's a thing anymore. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was when I had that like shovel pan or whatever, the cone bottom with the pan. It had a kicker on it, but it had electronic ignition, and I only got it to kickstart one time, and that's like literally I was riding it, turned it off, turned it back on, kicked it, and it came right back to life. Every other time, dude, never ever would fucking kick over.
You know what though? The other thing is too is like it might have been programmed, because it came with the motor, and it didn't have an electric start on it. You know, look, I got mine. It was a roller. I didn't have like the clutch. None of that shit was on it. It was just like it had the motor, and it had the fucking the transmission, and it had the ignition in it. And it was professionally rebuilt. So it could be that it was already programmed for that.
Yeah,
I don't know, because I didn't buy that brand new. And I definitely wouldn't have bought that brand new, because those electronic ignitions are super expensive.
Yeah, when I had my Sporty, I put a Daytona Twin Tech in it because this factory ignition shit out. And I mean, it's nice. I work at a dealer, so I get a discount, but it ain't that heavy a fucking discount. It's still pricey, but yeah.
So I love the dual headlights, the fucking rectangle. What do you run it? What headlights are those?
So I'm actually gonna swap them out, because I have like they were new old stock Eris lights that I scored from a lady online. Like I still have the boxes and everything for them. Like they were brand new. The problem with them is because of how they mount. Like you can't like tilt them. So with the rake and everything on this, like it looks like I'm squirrel hunting. So yeah. So I actually have another set, and I've used these before. They're from Amazon. They're like $40 a piece. The only thing you got to do is you got to take apart like the bracket screws on the bottom and Loctite them, and then they're fucking Gucci. So I'm gonna run those, but they look exactly the same. They're chrome. They got the little visor, yellow lens. So I'm gonna switch them out so I can actually see on the road. But but they'll look pretty much the same. So
yeah, I dig the yellow lens too. I got those, and I got to shout out Deadbeat Customs. Probably has the best selection of cheap lighting that I've found.
Oh yeah,
and I think I paid like $40 a pop for the dual headlight, brand new. You know what I mean? With the yellow lens. They even have the ones like if you want to get like super cool. They have the ones with like in the cages with the cage on front.
Hell yeah,
and not super expensive. And I am not a $250 headlight guy. Nope. I couldn't do that.
I'm not a $250 anything.
Right?
Yeah. Unless it's like a full bike. Full bike.
Oh my no.
Yeah. I'll buy you got a shovel head roll or $250 we can make a deal.
Yeah.
It sounds like I think I'm gonna name this episode The Art of the Deal, because you are getting all the deals. You are scamming all the old ladies out of their new old stock headlights.
Living in a hotel.
Don't come to Chicago. Don't go knocking on hotel doors. What parts you guys got?
Chiraq.
Right? Yeah, man. I've always like traded and shit, and that's always been kind of my thing with it. You know, buying, selling, flipping, trading. It's fun, and it's kind of like it's simple. I mean, you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna have something you want, and vice versa. So try to make something happen.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing feels better than like getting a deal on bike shit. Like it sucks when you said it, you know, it took me like 2 years to build my shovel too, you know, because, you know, I did it slow, you know, like Loctite's building one now. You're going slow. You get to go to like 2 years worth of swap meets. You get to find those little gems, you know what I mean? And it feels so good, you know, like because when I first built it, I was like, oh well, I was going to use the electronic ignition that came with it, but I was like, oh well, I had a bunch of 5 ohm coils like lying around, so I was like, all right, so I could buy a 3 ohm coil that costs $200, or I could buy points for $25 and just swap it out. But I eventually found the coil that I needed, brand new old stock, for $10.
Can't beat it, man.
At the Easy Time show.
Oh, no shit.
Steiners. Yeah, the dude sitting next to me was just like, he had it, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. $10. And I feel so, I don't know. I like a good deal. Call me old fashioned, but I mean that feels fucking good. When you get like what you need at like a killer price, like you're like, I'm definitely running this. I don't even give a fuck if it fits on my bike. I got such a good deal. What's going on?
I love it, man. Yeah. It sucks when you gotta pay the big money for the big money parts, but like when you get those good deals, like on little shit, man, like trading little stuff. Yeah, I love it, man. So good, especially when it's shit you need. Like it's one thing to like make a deal on some shit you're gonna sit on the shelf and stare at it and be like, "That's cool, we'll use it one day." But it's when like it gets your crib and you fucking bolt it on within the weekend. It's fucking great.
Yeah, and it is swap meet season again. What kind of is that? A Tombstone air cleaner? Which one is that?
So, it's actually. So it's an old school like style Roth coffin air cleaner. But I'm gonna give away a secret. I don't even care. Fuck it. Everyone can know. There's this guy in Indonesia that I came across his Facebook page, and at first I thought he was a scammer because he just like there's a million of them out there. But then I started like seeing his photos, and I was like, these aren't like somebody else's photos. Like you could tell they're all taken in the same place. Like, and he's making shit that like is just different. Like he makes his own invaders. He makes springers. So I reached out to this guy. Yeah, his name is
this dude.
I think it's Scretz Motorcycles. And I hit him up and I'm like, hey man, can you make me an air cleaner? And he's like, yeah, what do you want? And I sent him like reference photos of the coffin air cleaner. And he's like, okay. And I paid pennies for the thing. It was disgusting, and it came super quick. And I had to like drill out the holes for it because they weren't drilled for an S&S. It was just like a blank backing plate. But yeah, and it popped right on, man. It was killer. It came in like a beautiful like wood box too. Like the presentation was killer. I was super impressed. I was like, this guy's like has better presentation of parts than like some of these.
Yeah, his invaders are sick too,
dude. He makes some cool shit. I was like super impressed. I hit him up again. I'm gonna probably have him do a mirror for me because I've been like, I got an idea for a mirror that I've been thinking about. I seen it I finally found the reference photo in one of my magazines. I went through all of them, and of course it was the last one. But I basically want to do like a coffin mirror on it. So because I've never seen one done.
No shit.
Yeah.
What is he getting for those invaders?
I have no idea.
A lot cheaper than what you pay here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you. Well, we can leave this out. Fuck it. I paid like $125 shipped for that air cleaner. And after he shipped it, it showed up in like fucking 3 days. Like it was 3 days. He's like, it shipped. Here's the tracking. And yeah, it showed up. I was like, dude, I get you from California and it doesn't show up that quick. I couldn't comprehend it.
That's fucking amazing.
Wild. So yeah, it was super rad. He's a cool dude.
It's like when people go to Mexico to get like dental work done and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like get your chopper parts from Indonesia. And in fact, like those Indonesian guys, like I follow some of them on Instagram and shit. And they're just like, they're making these fucking amazing bikes out of like nothing. They're like in flip flops with fucking stick welders and shit. No, they just have like, they'll have a stick welder, but it's just like with a car battery. You know what I mean? Like, they make their own electrodes.
Going
and then they fucking make it happen. Big ups to that.
Yeah,
I have one of them on the show, but I don't think they have internet out there.
Yeah.
So.
he was like, he sent me like CAD drawings and stuff. Like he designed it in CAD, like on the computer, and then casted it. And he's like, "Do you want it chrome?" I'm like, "No, man. Like it's kind of a crusty bike. Like you polish it, but like you don't have to chrome it." And I'm like, "I don't even know how you grow chrome and shit, man. Like chrome and shit's impossible out here.
Yeah, there's no EPA in Indonesia, dude.
Yeah, true. Fucking
Yeah, he's probably doing it right in his bathtub.
Fuck it.
Yeah, and they just like right down the drain, right out back.
Hell yeah.
No shit. Actually, it reminded me though. There was I missed a shout out because I was thinking about our demographics because I mentioned this in Kenny's episode, and we do have listeners out in Indonesia. So if you guys have strong internet, maybe we'll have one of you guys on the show because you guys are doing really impressive work.
Yeah.
But I was talking about our age demographics, and I got a lot of feedback because last episode I was talking to Kenny. I was like, "Oh, these kids with the avocado toast, nobody 18 and fucking, like being some real old man shit."
Yeah.
But a bunch of dudes hit me up, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, I'm 25. I'm 23." And I was like, "Well, I know we have some listeners, but it's good to know that the Utes
are paying the fuck
are getting
attention.
into it." Yeah, these guys are stallions. They're gonna be like, because you got your first bike. You said what? When you mid-20s or whatever?
Yeah, mid-20s. Yeah.
I got my first bike. I was like in my mid to late 20s, and my biggest regret in life is I didn't get into fucking motorcycles when I was younger because I'd be so much further along by now. You know what I mean? 100%. So the Utes that hit me up, thank you, and we do appreciate you. And I am impressed. I'm impressed that you're that cool that you're building choppers in your 20s. Like, how did you figure that one out, dude?
Right?
How did you figure out like that choppers were the coolest thing in the world by your 20s? I didn't know my asshole from my elbow when I was 20s. You know what I mean?
I was still catching.
Definitely didn't have money.
20s.
No, I was
I didn't have money for fucking bikes,
trying to
dude.
get drunk. That was it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I didn't even have beer money. You know what I mean?
I was
Like,
catching felonies living in a hotel when I was 20, dude.
I was hitting motherfuckers on the highway at 20, right?
Yeah, these guys got like their garages. They're building bikes. They're probably married, have fucking
businesses.
kids and shit. Impressive, dude. So I take it all back. I have mad respect for these young kids.
Yeah, it's pretty rad, man. I'm friends with some young cats that I met like locally. And yeah, it's cool to see them fucking doing a damn thing, man. It's and I'm not like an old head or anything like that by any means, and I haven't been in it like super long, but it's like cool to see like kids 10 years younger than you just fucking doing it and killing it. It's
Dude,
fucking,
speaking of this, I was just thinking to myself the other day, I got a 45-minute commute to work every day. So on my way home, I was like, I caught like, you can't see it because like the light is like, I got LED lights above me, so like makes my beard always look gray. But I got like this like strip of gray coming down the center of my beard. And like I'm starting to like the grays and like the corners of the hairline and shit. And I was I happened to catch this in my rearview mirror on my way home, and I was like, when are you an old head? You know what I mean? Like, is it a year? You know what I mean? Like, is it like your age, or is it like when you just become like the oldest dude in the group? Like, when do you become the old head? You know what I mean?
That's true. That's a good question.
Like, to some guys, man, I'm fucking 37. I may be an old head to a 20-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, when are you the old head?
We might be the old heads. We don't even know.
I know.
Like, I still know old heads. You know what I mean? It's like, like Chopper Bob is my old head.
Yeah, I'll go to the swap meet and be like, oh, wait, maybe I'm not the old head. Like, because I'll be out there, man, you got the gray beards and everything. And I'm like, okay, I still got some time. I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Dude, that's funny, though, because, all right, so, you know that thing, like, your parents, like, boomers and, like, older generations, they looked, like, really old when they were young. You see a picture, like, my mom or whatever, when she's like a sophomore in high school, she looks 38. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, dude, I'll be at a bar or something and I'll see a kid and I'll be like, I don't think that kid's old enough to drink. Like, he looks like a baby.
Yeah.
He didn't even have fucking like sideburns yet. You know what I mean? They what are they feeding these kids these days?
Well, I think
like,
it started with our generation. I think it started with our generation though, because like if you look at us, I don't look as old as my dad did when he was 37. You know what I mean?
No.
And I think it's because like I think our generation is like fucking stay young forever and like fuck your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like live fast and die young type shit. So I think that has like kept our appearance looking younger. But the generation before us definitely did not do that.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Well, like, dude, I'm like 40 years old and I still wear like backwards hats and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my dad
You're
didn't.
40 years
wear
old and you're rocking
hats.
a backwards Wu-Tang cap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're only as old as you feel, right?
True. Very true.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait until some young kid calls me an old head. I think. You know, I think you have to have a fully gray beard though. Like you definitely have to have
I would
facial
think
hair.
you have to.
You have to have a white or gray. Like it has to be completely gray.
Oh yeah, wizard status.
Yeah. So, this bike, are you gonna be bringing it to any shows this summer?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna stick with some. I'm gonna do some local shows right now. With us moving right now, it's like it's a little hectic for trying to get out of town and stuff like that. I did just submit it for Motoblot, which is it's like a hot rod bike show they do in Chicago and downtown. It's pretty cool. They have like it's like a 3-day thing, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they usually have like a big band, like a more well-known band play at on Sunday, which is pretty cool. This year they have Reverend Horton Heat coming to play, which is pretty fucking sick. And yeah, so I'm doing that. There's some other local shows. I know we're sponsoring the Beer City Cycle bike show and barbecue up in Milwaukee this year again. We did it last year. It's super
What's
cool,
the
super laid
scene
back.
like out around you? Like, do you guys have a lot of shows?
I mean,
or no?
I mean, we have some. I mean, it's kind of tough because most everything's like focused kind of in Milwaukee. Like obviously Mama Tried and everything is out there, all the stuff like that. But like Chicago doesn't have like a big show, which kind of like bums me out because I feel like we definitely have a staple and we have there's a lot of like heavy hitters that live in Chicago, like that build some bitchin' bikes and they just bring them everywhere else but here. So. Yeah, I mean, I've looked into throwing shows, but that looks like a fucking nightmare. So,
It is.
You just gotta find just gotta find one of those. You gotta rent out every room at one of those extended stay hotels.
Yeah,
and just have it right in the parking lot.
that'd be the way to fucking do it. That'd be sick. There's a lot of cool old architecture in the city, so which would be
you
cool.
guys' big show is Mama Tried then?
I mean, I would say that's probably the biggest show that we have out in the Chicago area.
How far is that from you?
They do a show like I mean, they did it 2 years ago or a year ago. They didn't do it this year, but they have another show called The Greasiest, which is pretty cool. It's like an indoor show in like February. So, and it's a little smaller, but it's pretty cool. It's like probably about 10, 15 bikes. It's just all local cats, which is pretty rad. So there's a Heavy Hoggin' Chopper show in the city. That's pretty cool. That's like a block party type show, kind of ride in a vibe. And they do events throughout the year too, like smaller events, but their big one is the Heavy Hoggin' show. But that's kind of it, man.
I heard there's one coming up like maybe next weekend. Isn't there like a huge show called I think it's called Hog Scoot Boogie?
Hog Scoot and Boogie, yeah. So that's the guy who runs the Heavy Hoggin' show. That's like that's one of his events. So yeah, that's in like a couple weeks. And it's another like ride-in show, like block party kind of vibe.
May 5th.
So, yeah. I gotta get my shit done.
Yeah, it looks like fun. There's just like the flyer is super silly. There's like a pig-faced lady on a chopper.
Yeah. Shout out to my buddy Russ. He designed that flyer. He's
that was
it was hysterical. He took like an old Easy Rider and like basically traced it and then photoshopped like Porky the Pig head on it, which is pretty rad. So
yeah, I love the flyer.
Hell yeah.
We might have to rethink our flyer.
Go punk rock, man.
The little pig lady is just she's just saying noon.
So then you know what time it is. It's hysterical.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny as shit. It's super rad. So
it's an awesome flyer.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, so dude, so you're calling this bike, it's called Satanic Panic, right?
Yeah, Satanic Panic.
Yeah, dude, it looks fucking killer, dude. I mean, yeah, it came out really fucking nice. And yeah, it's funny because we don't like try to get different people on the show from different areas of the
Mhm.
country. I just, I didn't even know your name because everybody, before we started, we were talking, we were like, oh, essentially everybody's Instagram handle is like their biker name now. That's just like
Right.
what you go by. So like your name is like Skull and Spoke Co. You know what I mean? But it's like, I was like, oh, Mike, yeah, you're actually like a person.
I'm a
But if you
person,
don't have
yeah.
that, if you don't, and the other thing is too, like I get this all the time. Like we'll go to shows and shit, and people will be like talking to me, like bike dudes. I only know what your bike looks like. So if you're not on your bike or standing next to your bike, I don't know who you are. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't have your name in your Instagram. You never take pictures of yourself.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
Yeah. And if someone takes a picture of themselves, like if someone follows me and then I look at their Instagram, it's just a bunch of like pictures of them taking selfies of themselves, you're not getting a follow back.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I don't fuck with that. I don't want to see your face in my feed, dude. I don't want to look like a bunch of old men in my feed. You know what I mean?
Yes, you do. Come
Like
on.
the old men that accidentally took pictures.
I'm just like scrolling. It's just like a bunch of guys in like fucking 30, 40 somethings, like just like taking a picture. I don't want to see your fucking face.
No.
But it's kind of like opening a present on Christmas when I get to meet people in person.
Hell
But
yeah.
don't assume that I know who I'm talking to unless you're like sitting on your bike. I only know you
can
by your bike.
assume that I don't know who you are at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you're on your bike,
Yeah.
you're on Instagram, I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, and I will be calling you by your Instagram name.
Yeah.
When we talk about people, we're not like, oh yeah, Chad. You know, we're just like, oh yeah, it's fucking so and so at so and so or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. I guess my original point is just like it's funny that we just randomly have people on, but we're talking to a lot of people from the Chicago area. So big up to the Midwest over in Chiraq.
Yeah.
You guys are coming hard.
How you guys dig that Malort?
Oh, it's fucking disgusting, dude.
Dude, I agree. My wife absolutely loves it, which is fucking
Loves
wow.
it?
Dude, loves it. So I gotta tell you a story. So we both been sober for like a while. We don't really drink anymore. And a couple was it like a year or two ago, we went to Milwaukee. It was like we were on the bike, we're just in the car, like putzing around, went to like the Harley Museum and just like hanging out. And we came up on this ice cream shop and pulled over, and they had Malort flavored ice cream, and she was thrilled because she wasn't drinking, and that's the only alcohol she missed was Malort. Like,
Oh my god.
she's a bad bitch. She's killer. I love it. But
Yeah, I want everybody got to try it at least
Yeah.
once.
You got to try it. It's a Chicago staple. I mean, I think it's disgusting, but what are you gonna do? You still got to do it.
Yeah. I still got like half a bottle sitting over here with me. I might bring it to the next couple shows just to get rid. I just
Use
wanted
it-
to try it, but
Yeah,
it
use it-
is something else.
Yeah, and it's not very high alcohol content, which is crazy, but it packs a punch.
Yeah, I heard that it was legal during Prohibition, and that's
Yes.
how it was like it wasn't considered an alcohol.
Yeah, it's considered a digestive, which is like to help
Okay.
digest after like.
And that's why it was like big in the fucking Capone probably
Mhm.
fucking was selling this shit or whatever. That's fucking sad, dude. During Prohibition, people had to drink that goddamn shit to get fucked up.
Right?
They're like, this is all we got, dude. Like, just slug it on some fucking Malort. That's
Oh.
fucking disgusting. But yeah, dude, it's dude, it was awesome to fucking get to know you and have you on. And do you ever plan on coming out east? I mean, I'm assuming you're coming to Lowlife Lowdown. I mean, that's just a given, right?
I am. I'm going to try my best. We actually do go out east quite a bit. We like go out there once. Like me and my wife will go out there usually about once a year. We go to like Salem, Massachusetts. So we're big into
Oh,
like
fuck yeah.
spooky
Oh,
shit.
shit.
So yeah, so we've been out there a few times and shit. And I've seen like obviously I watch like Easy Co and all their like videos and shit, and your guys' stuff. And I definitely want to hit the East Coast. You guys have a fucking cool little scene going out there. And
Just
Everyone seems
Salem's
cool
only
as
about
fuck.
an hour from me.
oh
Yeah.
shit, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there in like I think September.
Oh no
Uh,
shit.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
wife.
let's definitely link up for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
dude, Salem's a fun town, especially like
Yes.
during the fall time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made the
Here's the
mistake
funniest
of
thing,
going
dude. Is
there during.
I'm born and raised in Massachusetts. My whole life I lived out there until I moved to New Hampshire. I've never been to Salem during Halloween. Ever. I think it's like when you live there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you live close by that kind of shit, you just don't. Like I don't go to Boston to like hang out. You know what I mean? Because I like grew up there. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's like the closer you live, you just like don't care. Like now I live in New Hampshire. Like I never ride the Kank. People come across the country to ride the Kank for some reason. You know what I mean? People come across the country to go to Laconia, and I'm just like, meh.
It's like how it is here, man. I don't go in the city in Chicago like very often. Like I said, it's like usually for concerts, and that's it. I go in, go out, and people come out from all over. I'm like, I've been there a million times. Like if there's something I really want to do, like I'll go there for that and then come home. So
yeah, we'll definitely have to link up next time you're out here. But dude, it was awesome having you on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely go check out Skull and Spoke Co. Shovel is tough as fuck. And if you're in the fucking Chicago area, link up with this motherfucker and let's get a show going on out there.
Yeah, I'm down.
First up, we got Lowlife Customs. Everything you need for the road ahead. Literally the only website you can build an entire motherfucking chopper in one place. Tyler and his team support every grassroots show across the country, including ours. So help us return the favor by shopping at lowbrowcustoms.com. Next, we got Dan and No Luck Paintworks cooking up, hands down, the dopest paint jobs on the East Coast. No Luck Paintworks, fuck the rest. You know what I'm saying? Dan's a fucking beast. Every time I see the old son turn out a new paint job, it's sick and sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker. Old son's a fucking beast. So if you want to take your build to the next level, every day. He's been cranking out paint jobs a week right now.
Every week he's sending me shit and it's fully done. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where do you find the time, dude?
Beast mode right now. Beast mode and turning out killer fucking paint jobs. If you want to get on the list, make sure you get over to No Luck Paintworks on Instagram. Tell him what you're trying to do. If he decides that's what he wants to fucking do, he'll do it. If not, he'll tell you to fuck off. And here's a PSA. But listen, this is off the record, okay? This isn't No Luck saying this. This is your boy Loctite saying this. Don't fuck with my boy, okay? I will come and get your ass if you fuck with my boy, okay? You just say, thank you, sire. Thank you for my paint job. And you take that bitch and put it on your fucking chopper. Shut your fucking mouth. Be appreciative. And fucking tell all your friends. That's all I want to hear from now on, okay? With that being said, look at Dan to follow. No Luck Paintworks on Instagram. One of the best in the game. Up next.
You turn the anger on and off like a tap.
Shout out Bipolar, baby. Up next, we got Deadbeat Customs. Steve, the creator of the Deadbeat Retreat, where all low lives go to die. Also the owner of Deadbeat Customs. He has parts for everyone. Steve doesn't discriminate. He's got chopper parts, Tiger parts, Dyna parts, FXR parts. He has travel gear. He has sunglasses to cover up your motherfucking eyes, son. Make you look cool. If you have ugly eyes, cover them with some fucking Deadbeat Custom sunglasses. All right? Get over to Deadbeat
going
Customs.
Home high. You don't want your mommy. You don't want your mommy to find out.
You don't want your PO to know you're high. Get some sunglasses at Deadbeat Customs. Use code Lowlife at checkout to save some motherfucking money. Go support our boy Steve, and tell him the boys from Lowlife Chopper Podcast sent you. Next, we got Stay Strong Co. The only hot sauce available to chopper guys, okay? If you're eating all that other shit, Frank's, might as well be sucking on a wiener, okay? Tabasco sauce, you might as well
shit
fuck
in the
off.
rubbish.
If you eat Tabasco sauce, you belong under the jail, okay? That's fucking an abomination. Tabasco sauce is gross, okay? Nobody eats that shit. You need to get the Stay Strong Co. Get some the shit hot sauce. Make sure you're following Stay Strong Co on Instagram. You want to know why?
Why?
Get in close. Turn up the volume.
They just had a manufactured collab coming in hot. We got the fucking Lowlife vacuum and the Stay Strong Co hot sauce. That's right, bitches. You got a chopper sauce
Coming. Guess when it releases?
coming after 99 that will be the first time
That you can buy Lowlife Chopper sauce.
So don't follow Stay Strong Co on Instagram.
Make sure you're following. If you're not following fucking Lowlife Chopper Podcast, I swear to God, I'll fatten your lips when I see you. And make sure you're ready to get some fucking chopper sauce, because I'm telling you right now, you go with this shit hot sauce, brings that sweet heat. Chopper sauce is going to bring that sweet heat to your meat and then out your fucking butthole with a ring of fire. All right? It's for all you guys that want that extra spice in your life.
Heater.
You want that extra spice in your life? You want that chopper sauce, baby. So make sure you stay on the lookout. Go check out and support Stay Strong Co on Instagram. Go to staystrongco.com. Tell them the boys from the Lowlife Chopper Podcast sent you. Drop them a line. Tell them that you can't wait for that chopper sauce to come out. Let him know the anticipation that the world is waiting for the best hot sauce in the motherfucking world.
Yeah, and if we can pull it off, we're hoping to have one bottle, number 001, off the assembly line for a giveaway next month. So if you are a patron, you may be the first person that gets to taste this, besides us. Because I have a bottle and I've been eating it every day.
It's so good.
It's so good. I'll tell you what, it's if you, like, the first time I had it, I was just like, glug, 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 and my mouth was on fire, dude.
Fire.
But I learned my lesson. You don't get your pee-pee slapped twice in a row. I cook with it, definitely, and just a little dab will do you. So you get that sweet heat, that New Hampshire maple syrup, followed by a kick to your taste buds. But
it's fire. It's so good.
I'm excited for that to drop. Yeah. Up next, Matt from Burnt Up Wood Burning. Coincidentally, this month's giveaway sponsor. Go listen to his episode. Got wood? They're a father and son team. Matt specializes in photorealistic wood burning. Go check out his page. He does incredible motorcycles. Like, if you want, send him a picture of your motorcycle. He'll burn it into wood, and you can have that and pass it on to your fucking grandchildren. He doesn't use fancy computers. He doesn't Google images. He fucking uses these babies, these mitts, and he burns wood, and he makes art. And he's a fucking good dude. And he's going to be at the Lowdown. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be at the Last But a Chopper show, too. Definitely going to be at Worcester Bike Week. So check him out. Dude, so reasonably priced, too. He has, like, he does all sorts of shit. Not just shit that you hang on your wall, too. Like, anything. He'll make anything that you want to burn out of wood. He was even talking about doing some leather shit. So definitely check him out if you have a project in mind. Next up, we got Hui Motor Co. That's HUI Motor Co. Gear for riders so they can still afford to ride. He has all sorts of cool shit. You got to check out the vests are tough as fuck. I mean, I keep on bringing up the sunglass thing because that just like blew my mind. I didn't know that was like a thing, but they're actually like super cool vests. And at the Lowlife Lowdown, this generous ass motherfucker is donating a vest. So if you get in on a raffle there, you're gonna get a vest, any size. He didn't specify. He's not like sending us a small. You know what I mean? He's gonna be like, you win the raffle, he's gonna cover it. He's gonna ship it. So good old boy from up in Canada, but he does do international shipping. Hui Motor Co. HUI Motor Co. Next up,
the bad boy himself. The bad boy.
The boy wonder. Oh, dude, he's the baddest in the business.
Baddest.
I heard, pray tell, that this beast, this absolute beast of a man, is not He's not just coming to the Last Spot of Chopper show with a chopper. He's building he built 2 choppers.
Bringing all the choppers.
There's 2 choppers going there.
Oxford is the show.
Do you know one other motherfucker? Dude, do you know one other motherfucker that shows up at a show with 2 bikes? 2 complete choppers that he just did? And he doesn't just pull this shit out of his ass. He fucking does all of this shit. Like, dude, he does... Well, first of all, he makes the toughest handlebars. It's not like over the top weird Z bar, just like tough guy shit. Handlebars, sissy bars. He'll do hardtails, full fab. You lucky ass motherfuckers. This guy is doing it full time right now. So hit him up. Get on the schedule. If you want a tough bike, you're going to have to go to the bad boy that makes hard parts for hard men. Next up, we got Loctite's motherfucking chop shop.
Shoo. Conveniently located in Epping, New Hampshire. I forgot what I was doing. Conveniently located in Epping, New Hampshire.
You glided back in. You're like, shit.
For all your pinstripe needs, hit me up. If you want me to pinstripe something at a show, then I'm going to make a motherfucking appointment. I only take so many appointments per show. Or if you just want to drop it off. If you want to drop your bike off for the day, pinstripe it up. If you want some fucking garage signage, let me know. I got you, son. Hit me up, Loctite Chop Shop on Instagram or Loctite at lowlifechopperpodcast.com. And last but not least, this show.
The Lowlife motherfucking Chopper Podcast. It should be a religion. Every Friday you go to church, the church choppers. We're there for you, buddy. Be there for us. Go to lowlifechopperpodcast.com. Send us some love. You don't even have to buy anything. I'm not even going to say buy something or go on the Patreon. All that shit's on our website, by the way. In addition to that, I mean, you can get all your episodes in the archive, the LCP archive. You can't get that anywhere else. People were hitting me up. They're like, hey, I wanted to listen to this old episode. Where is it? We got canceled, baby. They tore that shit down.
You
can get it on our website. But go to lowlifechopperpodcast.com. Check out all our shops and socials. Be sure to follow us. And you know what? It really means a lot to us on YouTube, on Instagram, through email. Just drop us a line. Just be like, you guys are doing a good job. Keep up the good work. Keep your chin up, guys. Means a lot.
Yeah. And share the motherfucking post on Friday, please. If you do nothing else, share the post on Friday. I don't even care if you don't listen to the fucking show. Share the goddamn post on Friday, and I will appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, just gets more people. I still can't believe how many new listeners there are.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I get people hit me up all the time, and they're like, just found the show. Dude, we're going on 6 years. They're just finding the show. So sharing this shit out really does help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you got a homie that's a chopper adjacent or whatever, but maybe he likes this shit. And he gives us a follow. And then he's on it, And that's what we want. We want to bring everybody that's cool. If you like this show, you pass the litmus test. You're cool. You get to be part of the LCP crew. You're a low life.
Yep.
And we want all the cool people. I want to know all the cool people in the world. That's what it's about. So share that shit out. And, do your friends a favor. They don't fucking know. You got to teach them. Damn, those crickets are loud, guy.
Oh, yeah. They're crushing it right now. I'm loving it.
It's like we're camping or something.
Mm. You just can't hear it because you're up in the fucking office, dude. I'm in a garage with no walls and insulation.
Yeah, I'll take a walk outside tonight. But, all right, lowlives. Do you have any... I guess, how do we end this now?
Just back to the episode.
Just end it.